Coming up, the latest on a beloved state trooper battling COVID-19 in the hospital for weeks.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. An Eastern Kentucky police officer is still in the fight of his life with COVID-19. WYMT's Corey Sanding tells us how communities are rallying behind him.
Kentuckians coming together for a familiar face.
We were shocked and devastated. Chris is not only a KSP officer, but he's a community partner of ours, and it just devastated us.
KSP Trooper Chris McQueen is fighting for his life in an ICU bed in Cincinnati as he deals with COVID-19 complications, motivating many post-11 communities to step up and offer their help.
We wanted to start fundraising to help his family because not only is he an officer and a community partner, he's a father, a son, and a husband.
From Corbin to London, community members are working to help him in his time of need. Something Maggie Mulholland says is incredible to witness.
It's been amazing. We're so grateful for the support of the community. And I know, after talking to his wife, Jessica, she's so grateful for the people that have been supportive.
As she and others look to send one message to their friend.
We love you. We're praying for you, and we are here to support you and your family however you need us.
Hoping to help bring McQueen back home to his family. In London, Corey Sanding, WYMT Mountain News.
Mulholland says they are planning a community chili dinner in McQueen's honor, and she says she hopes to have the details on that event in the near future.
Well, some parts of the area actually got in on a little bit of severe weather today. That's right, west of I-75. We have seen a little bit in the way of some stormy activity. Most of us, though, just showers. As we head through the overnight, though, we'll see more of those. Camera from UVA Wise showing the overcast we had today. That prevented highs in most spots from getting anywhere near normal. Low 70s for most. A few upper 70s in the Cumberland Valley and into the Big Sandy. Still at this hour, we're dealing with upper 60s and lower 70s. Those temperatures aren't moving a whole lot as we head into tonight. Notice those low 60s, though. Places like Monticello and Williamsburg, they've been dealing with quite a bit of rainfall over the last little bit. In fact, parts of Monticello, parts of Wayne, and a little sliver of McCreary County were under a severe thunderstorm warning earlier. A few showers across parts of Morgan County, even back into parts of Wolf and Breathitt counties this evening. We're going to continue to watch showers increase as we head through the overnight hours as our low pressure continues to spin off to our west. I'll have the latest details on when we could finally see some showers diminishing and when the sun finally comes out coming up in just a bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. This afternoon, State Attorney General Daniel Cameron discussed an upcoming argument before the United States Supreme Court. In 2019, a federal judge ruled House Bill 454, which places certain restrictions on a specific type of abortion procedure, unconstitutional, saying that the law places an undue burden on women seeking a common second trimester abortion. Before the Deputy Solicitor General Matt Kuhn can mount a defense of the law, he will need to establish his right to make that argument before the court.
If we ultimately prevail, the court will be saying without question that a state has a right to defend itself with the official or representative of its choosing.
On October 12th, Deputy Solicitor General Matt Kuhn will argue for Attorney General Daniel Cameron's office to continue the defense of House Bill 454. A federal judge ruled that a former Kentucky Democratic Party chair must report to prison next month on campaign finance charges. The Lexington Herald Leader reports Jerry Lundergan was ordered to go to prison November 30th after the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the 74-year-old's conviction and rejected a motion to suspend the judgment. A jury convicted Lundergan and political consultant Dale Emmons in September 2019 of conspiring to illegally contribute more than $200,000 from one of Lundergan's companies to the 2014 U.S. Senate campaign of his daughter, Allison Lundergan Grimes. Lundergan's attorney said his client will report to prison but will continue to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. Police are investigating a murder in the Pritchard community of Wayne County, West Virginia. We're told Marcella Harold was found dead in a car behind her house. Deputies say her husband, Donald Harold, has been charged with murder. Harold's family reported her missing on Tuesday after having not seen or heard from her since September 11th. When deputies got a warrant and searched Harold's home, they say her body was found in the trunk of an abandoned car behind the house. Linda Lusher, who lives nearby and knew Marcella, said she was a very frail woman who mainly stayed in the house.
It shocked me at first, but then we've known that it's going to happen eventually. There's been a lot of trouble over there for years, and he's been arrested because of beating his wife, and it was just inevitable. It was just a matter of time.
Deputies said Donald Harold was arrested previously, but all charges had been dismissed and there was nothing on his record. For this case, he is charged with first-degree murder and concealment of a human body. Nearly 20 women died last year in the Commonwealth due to domestic violence. That is why organizations like Turning Point Domestic Violence Services in Floyd County is spreading more awareness in October during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Leaders say they have seen an increase in abuse cases during the pandemic and say many people do not know of the services they provide right in their own backyard.
When you see our purple pinwheels around town, those names will be listed. And we just want you, the public, to remember those folks that have lost their lives due to domestic violence and know that it can happen.
It is not just physical abuse victims suffer, but also financial as well. Experts say you should not be afraid to ask for help if you're in a domestic violence situation. If your kids are on social media, you should probably be monitoring what they are doing and who they are talking to on their accounts. While social media can be fun, it can also be dangerous if safety precautions are not put in place. Hazard Police Chief Deputy James East recommends parents having access to their child's accounts until they are an adult.
I think it's really important for the parents to have a complete and total input on what the children are looking at online.
Deputy East says there is something called parental control that allows parents access to their child's account and control what happens on it. The Commonwealth saw a jump in new COVID-19 deaths today. The governor announced 2,696 new cases of COVID, increasing the statewide total to 705,626. There were 51 new deaths reported today, bringing the death toll to 8,972. The positivity rate is still a little more than 9%. You can always find the latest COVID information on our website, WYMT.com. A Clay County girl is participating in a COVID-19 vaccine trial. While 9-year-old Althea Madden is your typical kid who loves to play, she is serious about vaccines. After seeing all of her family receive their shot of hope and knowing she could not yet receive hers, she decided to participate in a Moderna vaccine study for her age group. Her dad, Dr. Jared Madden, says he is proud of his daughter.
I've told her that this is something that she's going to be able to look back and tell her grandkids about, that at some point in the future, this will be a part of history and it will be in the history books.
Dr. Madden says the study was conducted in a pediatrics office in Lexington, and he and his family will soon find out if Althea received the vaccine or the placebo. If she received the placebo, she will receive the real shot. It truly was a powerful moment to witness. For more than 7 decades, Private Gordon Lee Hardy's brother has desperately wanted to get his brother the recognition he deserved for making the ultimate sacrifice less than 3 weeks before the end of World War II. Recently, his son contacted Congressman Andy Barr's office, who today delivered a Purple Heart, Bronze Star, and other decorations, proving to the Hardys that no matter how much time passes, Private Hardy's service and legacy will always be remembered. Chad Hedrick was there as Congressman Barr presented the medals.
Donald Hardy will talk to you all day about his big brother Gordon Lee, someone he admired and looked up to.
He always looked after me. He was about a year and a half, 2 years older.
In 1945, Gordon was serving in the Army in World War II. The 18-year-old from Estill County was killed in action less than 3 weeks before Nazis surrendered and ended the war.
All we ever got from the Army was a letter from the chaplain that he'd been killed in the Purple Heart, and nothing else.
Nothing more honoring Gordon Lee's sacrifice to our country until 76 years later, when Donald says his grandson wanted to learn more about his great-uncle and found what else Gordon had earned.
We want to present to you, Colonel, the medals that were earned by your brother in Germany. He earned these medals, and we wanted to present them to you on behalf of a grateful country and the American people. This is the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. Thank you very much.
Wednesday, Congressman Andy Barr surprised Donald with a series of medals and decorations in his brother's name, an emotional moment Donald has longed for.
He would have been, he'd been like me. He'd have been overwhelmed, I'm sure.
Congressman Barr says the process to get recognition for a soldier who died in action is more complicated than it should be, requiring documentation filed with the Department of Defense.
It's very, very important that we honor these heroes, these patriots to our country. It's important to the families themselves to have that recognition, but it's also important for our country that we never forget the service and the sacrifice of these heroes.
Honoring heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice and the families who miss them every day.
I appreciate Mr. Barr getting them for me, and we'll put them away with his other stuff.
That was Chad Hedrick reporting. Donald Hardy is a retired Army colonel. The other decorations include a combat badge, good conduct medal, victory medal, and an honorable service lapel pin. Congressman Barr says if you feel as if a loved one you lost in a war has not gotten the recognition they earned, you should contact his office just like the Hardys did. Coming up at 11, they claim to be safe and effective, but the government warns some fertility products could do more harm than good. Find out how to spot fake claims and why the companies are coming under fire.
And I've got another look at the weekend forecast on the way, and spoiler alert, it looks great. All the details are straight ahead.